Hi, Mark, and welcome to the weekly Outside Views report on American politics, a bit more global today. The largest Air Force maneuver in NATO history is also intended to send a signal of strength to Russian President Vladimir Putin. That was made clear by US Ambassador Amy Gutmann on Wednesday at a press conference on the Air Defender 23 exercise led by the German Air Force, which begins today and lasts 10 days. I would be very surprised if any world leader didn't take note of what this shows in terms of the spirit of this alliance. That is, the strength of this alliance. And that includes Mr. Putin, said Gutmann. She's ambassador in Germany. There are still different assessments of the adverse effects on the civil air traffic in German airspace caused by the exercise, but it will be a matter of minutes at most. That was said by the inspector of the German Air Force, Ingo Gerhards, about possible flight delays. He also emphasized that the exercise takes place before the school holidays and thus before the big holiday wave. The director of the US National Guard, Michael Lowe, does not expect any major effects on civil air traffic. We expect minimal disruption, he said. The Air Traffic Controllers Union GDF had previously made a very different forecast. The military exercise Air Defender will of course have a massive impact on the course of civil aviation, was said by their chairman Matthias Maas to the German press agency. He referred to a scenario calculated by the European Air Traffic Control Organization Eurocontrol, which shows up to 50,000 minutes of delay per day of exercise. The Airport Association ADV also expects significant impairments. President Stefan Schulte pointed out that large blocks of airspace for several hours would be reserved for the military for the exercise. And despite all the preparatory measures taken by air traffic control, airlines and airports to ensure that disruptions remain as small as possible, we cannot currently rule out the possibility of significant delays in civil air traffic and flight cancellations. Well, 25 countries, mainly from NATO, are involved in the exercise with 250 aircraft and almost 10,000 soldiers, and about 2,000 flights are planned. Gutmann expressly acknowledged Germany's leadership role in Air Defender 23. It's incredibly important. We are incredibly grateful, she said. The idea for the exercise came up in 2018 after the Russian annexation of Ukraine's Crimea Peninsula, but long before the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And Gerhards asked for understanding of the military importance that such exercises would have for the Air Force. Security doesn't come for free, he said, and even with the costs and so on in place. But he was not able to quantify exactly how much taxpayer money is being invested in this. But criticism of the exercise comes from the opposition. I doubt that NATO will make much of an impression of the Russian leadership with this superlative demonstration of power, that was said by the left-wing faction's foreign policy spokesman Gregor Gysi here in Germany. Even the exercises that preceded NATO 2021 did not stop Putin from invading Ukraine a few months later, Gysi said. And he meant the US-led maneuver of the land forces Defender Europe 21 2 years ago. But still, US Ambassador Amy Gutmann sees the upcoming Air Defender 23 as a signal of NATO's strength to Russian President Vladimir Putin. And as I mentioned before, she said, I would be very surprised if any world leader didn't take note of what this shows in terms of the spirit of the alliance, that is, the strength of this alliance. And that includes Mr. Putin. I know I'm repeating, but I think it's important. And Gutmann said this on Wednesday at a press conference with representatives of the German and US Air Force in Berlin. And this is the largest Air Force maneuver in NATO history. And it starts today. And it's indeed 25 countries taking part. And we don't see it that often, but it will definitely show something. And it will definitely send a signal. And Gutmann expressly acknowledged, as I said, the German leadership role in this maneuver. And that's why it's happening here in Germany as well. We're not very far from Ukraine. Let me put it that way. A lot of people were afraid that Russia is not stopping at Ukraine. I mean, at the moment, they're not able to do anything else. They can't even gain foot anywhere in the Ukraine as they wanted. But during that exercise, it would be real stupid to do something else in any European country involved with NATO, with all those jets already up there and in best shape. In an exercise like this, the pilots and the jets are all in best shape, as we know. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.